DC All In special. And this picks up where Absolute Power issue 4 ended. And just to sum that up, if you haven't read it, spoilers, the heroes win as usual. They lock Amanda Waller up. Dreamer messes with her memory so she don't remember anybody's secret identity or anything like that. And the only real repercussions is Earth Zero got cut off from the rest of the multiverse. And some of the heroes lost their powers, and some of the heroes got the wrong powers back. Like Barry Allen lost his powers, and they showed Black Canary shooting some eye lasers or something. So anyway, at the beginning of this, we see them deciding to bring the Justice League back, and they're making these membership cards. And they're going to call it Justice League Unlimited. And if you remember, they also did the same concept. They had a cartoon back in the day called Justice League Unlimited, where they let every hero become a member of the Justice League, and their base was the Watchtower in space. And you can see here, if you went to your local comic shop, they gave you one of these Justice League membership cards that you see in this issue. So we see all the heroes here, and then they're having their little get together, and everybody's happy, and then boom, Darkseid attacks, and we see he's missing a hand, and they find out he's merged with the Spectre, and so they're basically trying to figure out how to separate him. And Booster Gold, he's from the future, he's like, this isn't supposed to be happening. So the magic users are trying to find a way to separate him, and they put the little spell on Superman so he could fight Darkseid. And anyway, it looks like they beat Darkseid, and then there's this left with this little tear in space and reality or whatever after the fight. And they're like, is Darkseid dead? I don't know where he went. And then they discover this other Earth. This is the Absolute Universe, and they're saying it's pretty much got all this chaos energy like Darkseid is. So Batman's like, hell no, we're not going there to investigate that, But then there's like, well, they couldn't go anyway, because only a time traveler could go there, because you have to have a lot of tachyon particles. So Booster Gold volunteers to go, and he goes to the Absolute Universe and ends up getting stuck there. And then, so I guess he'll be there. Then the second half, we kind of get an explanation from Darkseid's point of view. When the Earth Zero got cut off from the multiverse, he felt a surge of power, so then he became determined to figure out what it was, and he basically went on this crazy quest, cut his hand off, and made this machine that would grant a wish. And he decided he's going to merge with the Spectre to get answers to what that power was, because no one would tell him. And just tell him, hey, play your role. You pretty much represent evil, and that's your role in the multiverse. But he wants to know more, so he goes through all this. They say a whole lot of stuff to really just say nothing really. But anyway, after all this, basically Darkseid, I guess he figures it out by the end of his fight with the Justice League, and he gets separated from the Spectre, and he decides, I guess he wants more, because if you remember, Dr. Manhattan established that Superman was pretty much the center of the DC universe. Like, he represented hope, and he had to always exist pretty much. And Darkseid is pretty much the opposite of Superman. So I mean, he just got tired of playing his role, basically. And they also mentioned that Darkseid, there's only one Darkseid in the whole multiverse, which they've mentioned before, but clearly in Elseworld books like Deceased, there's been others. So is that an Avatar? I'm not going to read too much into that, but that's the way I take it. I don't know. But anyway, so Darkseid ends up in the Absolute Universe, where he's pretty much the Superman of that universe, I guess. It's how in Earth Zero it kind of leans in Superman's favor, like the good guys always win. I guess now the Absolute Universe, the way they've built this up, like the villains should always win. Like, the heroes don't necessarily gotta die. They just can never win. Because, you know, at the end of the day, the heroes always win. So in these absolute books, I expect them to never win. We see Wonder Woman is from hell now on the absolute universe. And we see Batman, no money. And I don't really know much about Superman's story. But it's interesting. But basically, yeah, this is